Hey guys, so we got another 3D wheel project here. I saw this at the store and it looked pretty cool. I gotta say, it looks pretty cool as it is, but I think I could actually make the wheels a little bit better. In this case, I'm actually gonna probably make these. I think these are Krager wheels, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I'll figure it out doing research. But the Hot Wheels guys did a pretty good job, trying to simulate that wheel with, but I just hate the exposed axles and also the fact that these wheels are just kind of like a silver color. So I'm gonna try to do those. But anyways, let's open this guy up and talk about the car a little bit. So the 1969 Chevelle SS 396 is supposed to have well, I guess it's supposed to have a 6.5 liter V8, which is 396 cubic inches, making 325 horsepower. And then in 1968, the year before, was the introduction of this all-new body style, where it had a slightly shorter wheelbase than the previous one. Okay, now in fact, actually, well, let me show the picture first. I want to measure the scale of this thing. That's what I'm trying to get at next. Okay. Well, anyways, it looks pretty much like the photos, I think. Okay. So I looked up the dimensions. The overall length of this thing is 5,009 millimeters. So now I know measuring the wheelbase is more accurate, but it's just hard to do, especially on camera. So if you want to do it, you can do it at home, but I'm not going to do that. Alright. So I'm getting the scale to be 62.7 scale. So a little bit smaller than it should be. Okay. Alright, so I guess the last bit of information I was reading off the Wikipedia is 1969, this 396 package was a $350 option for any two-door model. So it wasn't just a coupe, but any other two-door Chevelles could have had this option. Alright, well anyways, let's take a look at the model. This is a really nice blue metallic, and then they tampo printed and everything nicely. The markers on the side, the 454, the stripe, the SS. I assume that must say 396 below it. No, this is a bigger displacement, a 464 or 454. It's hard to read, but I believe that would be a 7.4 liter engine, so maybe this was making like 360 horsepower or something like that. I see that the door handle as well has got some paint on it, so that's nice, and it's sticking out a bit. So alright, going to the front, you got the printed on headlights here, although they are printed obvious. From a distance they just look like they're just plain white. There's a little texture, but not enough of a graphic as I'm accustomed to from Hot Wheels. Usually they do a better job. Alright, well they printed on the black of the grille, so that's nice. Nothing here though. This area I'm touching should be black. It should be air. This is a fog light or something, so it would have been nice to have some black printing in there as well. Although, it won't be too hard for me to add black paint there, or even just a black Sharpie. Alright, so those hood stripes are nicely done. A little nitpicking there, but alright. Interesting. There's no silver paint around the windows. Some premium Hot Wheels do have it, and the real Chevelle does have it around the windows, but not this one. Same with the back. No silver paint. Okay. But we got the printing back here, which I appreciate more than the window surrounds. So Chevelle looks good. I can't tell what it says underneath the Chevelle though. There's some sort of molded key thing, and unfortunately the silver dot is way off. It's like, it's way over here. So that's too bad. That's unfortunate. In fact, everything printed is way off. Look at this tail light, right? Yeah, so this whole thing must be one printing, but everything is shifted that way for some reason. So that's not good. That's some bad quality control, Hot Wheels. If you're gonna charge premium pricings, you should try to get, consistency in your production process. So that's too bad. Alright. Well, alright, I guess that's it then. Other than, out of curiosity, 2007. So pretty old design of the mold, but it looks, the overall shape I think looks pretty nice. And then it's press fit together, so that's unfortunate. I don't know. Yeah, what I'm thinking about, if I 3D print my own wheels, I would have to drill this apart so I can get press it onto an axle. But if I just did one of those wheel swaps with pre-existing wheels, I could just put the wheel in here and then slide the axle in. So I'm not sure now which way I'm going to go. Am I going to make those Kragers look realistic, make these wheels look realistic, or just put pre-made wheels on here so I can slide the axle end in? I really dislike this, you know, I'm not a fan of drilling these apart, so. Alright, so we'll have to wait and see. And I 3D printed some equal-sized wheels and equal-sized tires. And these are made by American Racing. They're called torque thrust wheels. So I think that's what Hot Wheels was going for. This is a very common wheel for you know, 60s, 70s classic cars. So I had to add a bunch of spacers because, you know, look. I also tapped and you know, drilled out and tapped the studs there. And then you'll see I repainted the interior to like a light gray so you can see a little bit more, but I didn't really add any color other than a little black on the shifter. That's all I did. But I just like to see the contrasting colors there. Then I think the last thing I did was just add a little silver paint around this window there for the chrome trim. And here as well, around the windshield and a tiny bit around the rear glass. So just a silver paint pen did all that stuff. I can't even remember if the door handles, I think that was already done by Hot Wheels, so that was already all done. Oh, I added black paint in here because Hot Wheels didn't. And the back end, no changes. Okay, so that's really it. And this, no, that's, well, I guess it does roll in this case because it's such a heavy vehicle. But here, you'll see a photo here. This is a Chevelle of the same year with those torque thrust wheels on it. So I think it's close enough. I'm pretty happy with it. Looks alright. So let's compare it to a couple other cars here. So here's an M2 Machines Pontiac Firebird. I'm pretty sure a scene like this is played out somewhere in the past. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Scale's not too far off, I guess. Maybe not, I don't know. Alright. And then I actually have two other Chevelles that have done 3D wheel swaps. I thought I'd pull these out. This is my first one. This is a 67 Chevelle. And it had that crazy rigged stance on it. So this one's got a giant wheel gap front and rear of the tire, and I literally had to shave down the bottom so this thing could sit lower because it just the standard axle hole just had too much air between, so I sunk the tires in on that one. So I think that looks alright as well. Not so bad. Okay, so then this is a standard ride height 1970 wagon, Chevelle wagon. So this one worked out alright. I repainted the interior of that one as well. There are videos on these other two cars if you want to search the history of, search my channel there. Alright, so my muscle car collection is slowly getting larger. This one is actually 1/64 scale, so that's pleasant to know. And it's nice that Hot Wheels does these premiums, because they're always going to do a better job than me painting, putting graphics on the headlights and the taillights and stuff. Sure, this one has, the rear printing is off. It's a little off to the left, but it's still printed it's printed better than I could paint it, I think. So I'm gonna live with it. I'm not gonna buy another one. Alright guys, well, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.